Hello everybody, welcome along to today's training webinar about email management in SuiteFiles. What we're going to do today is I'm just going to give you a bit of an overview about what we think of in terms of email management and the problems that we're trying to solve, and then I'm going to talk to you and show you a bit about our SuiteFiles Outlook add-in and how we can use that to try and solve some of these problems that we're talking about. So I guess as a bit of an overview, a lot of our SuiteFiles users communicate with their clients on a day-to-day basis using email. And those emails have a lot of important information in them. The issue is, though, that when you receive an email, it comes into your inbox and it's only visible to you. Your colleagues and other members of your organization cannot see the content of those emails. So how do you share that information with your colleagues effectively and easily? Without a reasonable email management tool or a good email management tool, the usual answer is that you'd forward the email on to the people who you think need to see that information. But that causes another couple of issues. For example, you might need to share that information with a whole group of colleagues in your organization, but for one reason or another you forget to forward the email on to one particular person, and they then don't have a copy of that information. Another issue that can arise is that you'd forward the information on to the appropriate people, but it's not relevant to them at that point in time. They might be working on other things and they see this email come into their inbox. They may at the time not be fully aware of the context as to why you're sharing it with them and forwarding it to them, and they may not be working on anything that actually needs that information at that point in time. They might then file that email somewhere and save it for the time that they need it, but then find it's hard to actually track down in the future and find where it is and actually be able to access that information. So the answer from our perspective is to use our SuiteFiles Outlook add-in. Basically, this information that's coming in to your email into everybody's inbox is a business asset. And it needs to be treated like a business asset, just as you treat your files like a business asset. So it shouldn't actually be kept in a personal inbox that only one person can access. And you need a better way of sharing the information that is in that or in each individual's inbox. So we use our SuiteFiles Outlook tool for doing that. Let's go and have a look at SuiteFiles Outlook and just show you what we're talking about. So what I've got here is my demo Outlook profile, and over on the right hand side I've got my SuiteFiles Outlook add-in. Now this SuiteFiles Outlook add-in is connected to my demo SuiteFiles account, and I can see all the folders and all the files that are set up in that account. You can see that is a folder structure, and I can simply navigate my way around the folder structure to find my folders and my files. And you can see here a group of subfolders under the 99 Corporation client and a group of files that sit within that folder. So I'm connected to SuiteFiles. I can see everything that's in there. What I now want to be able to do is get information out of my inbox and save that into SuiteFiles. Let's just go to a folder over here, our webinar folder, which has got nothing in it at this point in time. Now, there's two types of information, or two forms that information come into your inbox. One is in the body text of an email, so someone is actually typing and sending you information that they've written in an email itself. The other is an attachment that might come in, so maybe someone's filled a form out for you or signed a piece of paper and they've sent it to you as an attachment that you wish to file. Let's first of all look at saving the attachment. So I've got this email open here. It's got a couple of attachments in it. If I want to save one of these attachments, I can just simply select it from the preview mode here in Outlook, and I can drag and drop it over to the folder that I need to save it into in SuiteFiles. Now I do have to have the folder open, and I drag and drop it over and save it into that folder. So I've just now saved this document, this Human Resources Sick Leave Policy.docx, into my webinars folder in SuiteFiles. Let's just go into SuiteFiles now, into the browser, and let's go to our webinars folder, and you can see there's that file, and you can see the date stamp on it and time, so it was loaded just now into our SuiteFile system. Likewise, let's do it again. Let's use this other attachment, drag and drop it over, and that's going to upload. You can see down the bottom of the Outlook add-in here a little progress indicator which tells us whether a file has been uploaded or not. So it now says it's been successfully uploaded. It's been shown through the Outlook add-in here, and of course if we go back into the browser and just refresh our view, you can see there's that file sitting there ready for anyone else to access whenever they need it. So that's the first piece of, or type of information, or form of information I should say, that comes into your inbox that you want to save. So attachments. The next thing that you might want to save is actually an email with information that's inside the body text. So this email here has some information in it, and let's just say that that information is something that we need to keep. So that's quite straightforward. All I need to do now in this case is drag and drop the email from my inbox over to the folder where I wish it to be saved in SuiteFiles. So let's just use that same webinars folder. And now what happens is we upload an MSG file or an Outlook MSG file into SuiteFiles, and there you go, you can see it there, this 99 Corporation Welcome Aboard MSG file. If we go over to SuiteFiles again, let's refresh, you can see there's that email sitting there inside SuiteFiles. Now, as I mentioned, emails are saved as the MSG file type. Normally an MSG file requires you to have Outlook to actually view the content of the email, but we've built some previewers inside of SuiteFiles, both in the browser and also in SuiteFiles Outlook, that mean that you don't actually have to open that MSG file directly into Outlook. And let's sort of work the scenario a bit better. Let's actually delete that email that I've just saved into SuiteFiles from my inbox. So when I go to open it, it proves that we're not actually opening it directly out of my Outlook profile. We're actually opening it straight out of SuiteFiles. So what we've done, as I said, we've built these previewers. In SuiteFiles Outlook, if I want to see what an email is, obviously it's named based on the subject line of the email. If I can click on the email, what we've got is this preview that's been generated behind the scenes, and you can see all the text that's in the email. Let's just close that. So yeah, all the text that's in the email, so you can actually quite easily read and see that. You can actually also see that there's an attachment in the email as well. So we have saved that attachment with the MSG file. Now attachments can't be opened, unfortunately, out of our Outlook add-in, but what we can do is we can open this file straight out of SuiteFiles directly into Outlook, and we do that by clicking on the blue button here which says Open Message in Outlook, and there it is there. So this has now actually downloaded the email straight out of our SuiteFiles site, and it's opened it up in Outlook, and it's opened it in its full fidelity with all the formatting that's in there, plus also it's got the attachment, and we can open that attachment up and view it if we need to. Just as we have this previewer in our SuiteFiles Outlook add-in, we also have a previewer sitting inside the SuiteFiles web. And if I click on the email through the web interface, actually I should also add, there's a setting in here in SuiteFiles for your emails, whether you want to view them in the browser or open them in Outlook. If I choose to open it in Outlook, it actually downloads the file onto my local computer, and I open it up from there into Outlook. But if I want to view in the browser, we use our little preview mode. We click on the email, and you can see once again, a bit like we had in SuiteFiles Outlook, we've got the text of the email. You can see all the information, who it's from, who it's to, when it was sent, and also the name of the attachment. Again, if I want to open this file directly, I do have to download it, take a copy onto my local computer, and open that up into Outlook on my desktop. The last little thing that we want to look at today is getting information out of SuiteFiles and into email that you're going to send on. So we've already looked at how to get information from your inbox into SuiteFiles so that everybody in your organization can access that information. And we've looked at how to view the information through our previewers. Now, if we want to get information into emails that we're sending, there's a nice easy way to do that. If we open a new email and we click Attach from SuiteFiles, it brings up this pop-up box here that has a folder structure in it. We can click into the folders we're interested in, and when we want to attach a file to an email, we just click on the file name and have to click it once, and it uploads that file and attaches it into the email for me. I can then type up my email and send it on. Click send. At this point I also get this save on send feature, so a number of our clients also want to be able to save emails that they're sending, because it's not just information coming into their inbox that's relevant to, as a business asset for their organisation. It's also information that will be going into their sent items that they're sending out to their clients. So if I want to save this email, I can use this little drop down here and I can navigate through my folder structure. You can actually see there it is there, webinars, and I do save on send, or should I say send and file it. That email is going to get sent and it's going to get filed into the webinars folder here. Just have to refresh, and there it is there, there's demo email.msg stored in my webinars folder. And of course, just to prove the point, we come to the webinars folder over here and refresh it. There's that email sitting there. And that's everything that I'd like to show you today around email management and SuiteFiles, or integrating your emails with your documents. We've now got time for questions if anyone has any. You can use our GoToWebinar tool for typing questions into the system, and I can then answer them. If you are typing questions in, what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to move to the next page and say thank you for coming along. If you need any help with SuiteFiles, the number one way to do that is through our support team. You can contact them on support@suitefiles.com, or you can actually go to our help center, our online knowledge base, which is help.suitefiles.com. That's the URL for that. All right, folks, we've had no questions come in, so we can call our webinar today to a close. Thank you very much for your time and coming along, and I hope that you found out something new, useful and interesting about how to manage your emails with your documents by using SuiteFiles Outlook.